Wow, being locked in on ecosystems actually sucks, it turns out. At least people can bully companies into folding. For now. So, if you haven't been paying attention on the creative side of things, in less than 24 hours, Adobe announced that they will be killing their animation software Adobe Animate, formerly known as Flash, next month. Then switching to maintenance mode after understandably getting backlash. Oh my, it was really bad. Because telling everyone to figure things out at the drop of a hat with a month's notice is insanely damaging. And for the original post, it sounded like it was going to be a complete shutoff, like stopping people from being able to get the program and killing any cloud functionality for it. And it gave studios less than a month to figure things out. And I have to preface that. This came out of the blue. Normally, when you say you're going to be sunsetting a project or software, the minimum is at least a year, giving companies time to make transitions. You don't give them only a month to figure it out. But Adobe Animate is for a bunch of online animators. Real studios don't use that, right? No, actually, a lot of studios use Flash. Smiling Friends is made in Flash, Monkey Wrench is also made in Flash, but I believe they started using Toon Boom recently. And of course, Sire Saru uses Flash as well. You know, the studio behind Danadan? That's animated in Flash. How the heck do you think they get those type of brushes? It's not just the hobbyist animators that use this, it's an essential program that studios use. It's really impossible for them to completely abandon ship and reset workflows in a span of a month. The budgets would balloon and shows would get cancelled. And you can't just move all the assets to a different program. It doesn't work that way. .fla files are very closed off. So closed off, in fact, that earlier versions of the program can't open up an FLA file in the later versions, even if you save it in an ActionScript format that it's supposed to be compatible with. So what prompted this? Why, investing in AI, of course! Which is a little late on that one, homie. The gold rush is over. And thank God for that. And Adobe's stock tanked, rightfully so, causing them to walk it all back. Seriously, where have I seen this before? Oh, hi, Unity! Something similar happened when Unity tried to retroactively change their terms of service, basically turning Unity into an engine that you are forced to pay for every single install of your game, which included demos and pirated copies. I'm sorry, but not even the richest video game company in the world can afford that. Seriously, what is the deal with companies thinking they can get away by screwing over the people who give them money on the daily? And what are with these impossible timelines? Are they trying to tank the stock? I mean, seriously, the only reason why you'd pull something like that is if you're trying to get the golden parachute faster, or you're trying to get bought out, which makes total sense. Ugh, God. And when you do things like that, you lose customer goodwill, which is really hard to get back. And the only reason why Unity is still around is because they fired the CEOs that caused these decisions, and also because a lot of studios could not shift their projects over. Because much like Adobe Animate, you can't just copy over your C# code from Unity to another engine, let alone the animations and asset setup will take about a year or so for the porting process. And with them attempting to retroactively change terms of service, that's a legal nightmare waiting to happen. Unity was this close to becoming abandonware legally, because imagine getting sued by every previous user of Unity alone. The legal fees would have killed the company in an instant. And then you got companies like Microsoft that is just killing every single one of their products with slow, painful deaths. The Xbox line of consoles are being phased out. Like, I really don't see them making next-gen hardware at this point. I'd be surprised if they do. Also, next-gen seems to be delayed due to the AI bubble just screwing over the consumer market on RAM and storage, taxing the literal only 3 chip manufacturers in the world their breaking point. All to chase something where its primary function is to steal other people's art, make non-scalable or even functional code, prey on desperate lonely people's delusions on thinking that they're talking to something that really cares about them, and making companies believe that they can replace their workforce with it. Remember when I said non-scalable or even functional code? Ever wonder why the latest Microsoft Windows update, an update mind you I still refuse to download, is breaking computers? It's because they replaced their entire QA team and most of their contract coders with AI bots. And they've been quote-unquote vibe coding the most recent OS updates, and not double checking to see if the AI broke any core functions when they were not looking. You gotta remember, for AI code for it to be functionally at its best, it needs to have access to all the classes, basically all the script files, and it will randomly decide to make massive changes to the core and not tell you at times. As a person who can write code and can read and reverse engineer other people's code to a certain degree, I flat out refuse to use AI. Because the few times I dabbled into it using it for tests back when it was starting out, it gave me less than desirable results and I couldn't make heads or tails of what I was trying to do. There is no easy path to clean code. Like there's no easy path to make really consistent high quality animation. But companies like Microsoft think they can literally bet the farm on it, and they're bleeding out because of it. Their one saving grace is that Linux is still not entirely completely compatible with all these Windows-centric programs. But Lord knows that's not gonna last. Because Valve's backed Proton is making more and more DirectX applications compatible with Linux by the day. And trust me, as soon as I can effectively run any software's Windows build on a Linux machine, I am jumping ship. Because I really can't lose access to my Clip Studio or any of my games. And I don't want to live in a world where Microsoft will push an update that bricks my computer, literally locking me out of my life's work. Being ecosystem locked is unfortunately the norm, and companies think that they can bully you into accepting whatever bullshit they want you to deal with. Problem is, customers are willing to go scorch earth if they're getting a raw deal. This is a codependent relationship, and companies really need to understand that they don't wear the pants in this one. It's very much a scratch our backs and we scratch yours. We are married whether we like it or not, and these power plays need to stop. Because neither of us can afford a divorce. If you can leave the abusive partner, please do. However, some of us, unfortunately, have to think of the kids. Until next time. Well, that was a roller coaster. Yeah, sorry about sporadic updates. I only really want to make a YouTube video, specifically a discussion video, when I have something I want to talk about or, strikes me. I do have a bunch of scripts, but sometimes I don't really put them to audio for one reason or another. I am working on something cool. I am working on a really cool project that I want to show you guys soon. But still in the process of prototyping that out, and I also have that main project that I want to do as well, but things have been kind of rough over here, so I've just been doing things that's keeping me motivated to keep working, because I have just not had the motivation at all, because depression is one hell of a drug. Hope you guys are doing alright. Consider liking and subscribing, getting the channel out there. A comment also helps as well. Really gonna start to push that because, my mind, I know, you shouldn't be doing this for numbers and stuff like that, but like, if I'm seeing an actual growth and progress into something, that's gonna give me motivation to want to continue. So if you guys like what I'm doing here, please share it with people you know, please get it out there. I want to at least try to be a different voice that is saying things that not a lot of people are talking about. And if that's the cool thing that I'm doing and you like, that's awesome. Go check out this other stuff. I'm outie.